I'll tell you. We're good.
All right. Hey, everyone. Good morning. Good evening, depending on where you are. I'm Ryan Miller. This is Megan Miller. We're sitting down with Jerry Norris from the Fledge for another episode of 10,000 Fledges. How you doing this morning, Jerry?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I've lost my audio with you for some reason.
Really?
Oh, now it's back. Okay.
How you
So
doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Mhm.
It's raining pretty hard here today. Is it raining over there?
We got our first snow and
Right.
it's beautiful.
This
We
much.
all three of us ran out through the snow this morning when we first woke up.
and the third person in the room is Jax.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna flip the timer and we're gonna get rolling. You
Okay.
guys okay with that? All
Yeah,
right.
go.
So we're ready. So you asked me kind of how it was going, and I'm always trying to stay upbeat and stay positive and work through this. But I have to tell you, last night at about 3 a.m., I was awakened to gunshots in the neighborhood where I live, which is about 2 miles from the Fledge. And last month we had 7 shootings that resulted in murders in Lansing. We've already had a couple in December, and the neighborhood, the communities, they're very stressed. And then every morning, when I get here, I'm always working in the yard to make sure the food stand is in good shape and all of that. And we've had a lot of people suffering from substance use disorder out on the streets in the early morning, and they are lost, they are hurting, they are angry, they throw things, they yell at me, they are, if they were 10 years old, I would go up and just give them the biggest hug that I could give them and tell them that everything's going to be okay. But they're not. They can be, I mean, it's tough. So that part's kind of getting to me a little bit. And, we're seeing people stressed at the food stand. We see people, if we make an announcement that it's coming in an hour, the cars are lined up all over the place outside. People need things and they need connection and they need stuff. And I can feel it in my bones. I've felt the city like this. It's gone in waves over the past several years, and I can just feel the tension in my bones right now.
Man. Oh, it's amazing that the Fledge exists. What would fill that space otherwise? What's happening at the Fledge right now? Like, are you having events or things going on?
Well, events in a way, not events like rap shows and jazz concerts and all the things that we used to do, but we've got an organization in here right now that is packing uh, lunches, and they're going to go distribute to the homeless camps. And we've got an NA meeting today. Later on today, we used to have a drum circle on Saturdays, but we've canceled it because of COVID. And we don't want to take any risk, but we also don't want to take connection away from the people that are in NA, and we don't want to take some basic needs away from people that are out in the streets. So from that perspective, that's what's happening physically from a how can we help in in those basic needs perspective. And then, day to day, we have different entrepreneurs kind of, mostly one at a time, come in on a particular day and maybe work on fashion or work on the red bike delivery. Shout out to Jeremy Hurt. And do different things to build their businesses. And then, of course, we've got our morning scrums and our therapy Thursday and our 99 problems, but a pitch ain't one, to try to keep the entrepreneurial spirit going, because it is a fundamental belief of the Fledge that through innovation, creativity, and entrepreneurialism, we can find the causes that create these problems in our community and start to put solutions together that can be sustainable by asking the community to either buy something or donate to something or volunteer to something. But so entrepreneurialism isn't to us always getting a bunch of money. It's about funding a solution to a big problem that we have. So that's the gist of what's going on right now.
And we're in Madison, Wisconsin now, and just pretty new to it. So just getting to know, like, obviously every community's got some different people, different needs, but a lot of the problems are the same across a lot of our communities: disconnection, addiction, not having access to basic things that we need to survive. So it seems like the model of the Fledge can be applied in so many different places, hence 10,000 Fledges. So, like, what do you see as the Fledge being a solution for these problems that we see across so many different places?
Well, we prepare. We're not actors. We're not going to act like we, don't come into this a little bit prepared, right? And so we talked about the post that Claire Powers made this morning. And I'd just like to read a little excerpt from it, where what Claire, and you can go to the Fledglings page or the Fledge page or Jerry Norris's page and on Facebook and read this. But every week through the pandemic, the Fledge has hosted a weekly pitch competition called 99 Problems, but a Pitch Ain't One. In which I've competed in often and also gotten the chance to meet some incredibly inspiring local people who are doing amazing things to make our city and our world a better place. This is how I met Steve Manning, the founder and owner of Koala's Pantry. And though we've never met in person, we talked often on Messenger about business and dreams and And when I began to work at Capital City Market, I learned about their focus in getting local products into the store. I immediately reached out to let Steve know about this opportunity. This afternoon, I sat on the back loading dock at the store with a cart full of food donations set to go to the Fledge. We do the food distribution. I might not have mentioned that. And shout out to Capital City Market and Claire and Ryan and all the people that are making that happen over there. Brian, sorry, did it the reverse last week. But anyways, and up rode Jeremy on his newly minted electric bike for Red Bike delivery with samples from Koala's Pantry for the store and me. And as I laughed and chatted with Jeremy about how the startup of his company is going and what his next steps are, a wave of recognition washed over. This is what I was missing in my old life, these connections and relationships, this knowingness of a deeply supportive and dynamic community, and acceptance and celebration of our unique talents and gifts, and the awareness that we all not only need each other, but we are stronger together. And, that's heartwarming to me and all of that, but it is the vision. It is the actualization of what we're trying to do. And I don't know, it's that to me, we have to attack all of these problems together in a way that's not just charity. Charity will fall apart. Watch Charity Inc., everybody. It becomes a business. It becomes an institution. It becomes people who are trying to just protect their empire. And the Fledge Lansing is the primus inter pares of the Fledges. It's just the first among equals. It will never be a hierarchy. We won't always be the first among equals. Sometimes it will shift to other places. And I also want to make sure that I say that there are wonderful organizations out there right now tackling the problem, whether it's Happiest Homeless Person or Punks with Lunch or The Village or One Love Global or, all of these organizations around here. And I know I missed a bunch and I'm sorry, I do it all the time, but I'm not saying that we are a replacement for them. I'm saying that sometimes they need connection, and sometimes they need support, and sometimes they need self-esteem and self-actualization. And I think we've done something sort of special to make that happen at the individual level. And I think we can do that at the larger organism level, the organization level, where the Fledges depend on each other and connect with each other and take care of each other. And while we're doing that, there are individual organizations that are on the journey with us, solving the same problems, and we should be making them stronger and working with them. And that's our promise, my promise to the world as we move forward. We can do something special. We've got a good model. If we do it in more places, it'll be a better model. And we can create a network that can be a web or a safety net when some of our other institutions fail us, like the city of Lansing trying to move the homeless encampment, or the police writing parking tickets during a pandemic while people are picking up food that they need, or Board of Water and Light saying, oh, we're not cutting off water, but we will cut off your electricity. Well, frozen pipes don't move water. So that's not going to be the solution that we need. We need kindness, compassion, and methods to put the recipe together and make the stew that solves the innate problems that are in all communities, the unique problems. I rambled. Thanks for letting me ramble.
Beautiful.
It's
Thank you.
amazing. I picture
So-
like all of us in our own little boxes doing our entrepreneurial thing versus like a mycelium web where we're all communicating with one another. Like two people who pitched yesterday, I can't remember who it was, but they ended up pitching separately and then realizing that they could support one another. And it's like the container to make those connections possible.
Yeah, yesterday was the special 99 problems because we were pitching to help a particular family or support a business. And everybody on the screen yesterday either got a donation or a sale of some sort. So everybody raised money, even though there was one vote getter and they got $99. It actually brought someone to tears who had to leave their house and drive to me and say, how can I help? How can I get involved? So that's it. Her timer, I rambled through all of the sand.
That's amazing.
So I hope everyone enjoyed this, or I don't know, enjoy is the right word. I hope you get something out of 10,000 Fledges. And I love your guys' questions. And, I feel like sometimes people come in here and they feel like they've got a connection between somebody that they really needed. And as we go up, and kind of look at us as an organism, and you're an organism, I feel like I have my connection that I really needed. So thank you for showing up for 10,000 Fledges. Thanks for thinking about this. And remember, everybody, we're here for you. We're doing our best. And we're going to try to keep doing more and doing more. But it's one person at a time, 1 minute at a time. And if you can give 1 minute and take the next and give the next and take the next, that's just fine with us. But come get involved, come get engaged, and let's work through these problems and make it out of this pandemic stronger and build a future that's relevant to us. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
See
you.
you next time.
See ya. Thank you, guys.